Also in Washington for us this morning is CBS News political analyst John Dickerson. John, good morning to you.
Good morning, Chris.
The bump that we see in President Obama's approval ratings, does this look like it could be good news over the long term?
Well, those numbers will likely fall for the president, but if his numbers don't stay up, what may be the long-term benefit for the president here is that there may be a floor here. His numbers may not fall as far as they would have before this. Republicans have been making the case, and Republican candidates were going to make the case that the president was indecisive, was too ponderous. Well, what this shows is the president was not only ready to act, but also had his eye on the ball. That was another charge Republicans have made. So if the numbers don't stay up, it will be still harder, though, for Republicans to knock those numbers down during the campaign.
President George W. Bush, if you remember, his approval ratings shot up after the capture of Saddam Hussein, but it didn't last. Now, why is it that foreign policy victories only really hold kind of a temporary impact in public opinion?
Foreign policy numbers are durable and helpful to a president in two ways. One, if people are still concerned about the foreign policy exercises going on, not distracted by something else. And secondly, if people still think that the foreign policy adventure, the war or whatever, is going well. Well, with George Bush, the last president, his numbers went up after Saddam Hussein was captured. But overall, people were disappointed with the progress in the Iraq War. With his father, people were quite happy with the way the first Gulf War went, and then their focus shifted to the economy. When that happened, the president's numbers plummeted.
Exactly. Bush 41 going from a 90% approval rating to losing an election. As a practical matter, getting back to the bin Laden issue, do people feel safer now that bin Laden is dead?
Not according to our poll. The number of people who thought a terrorist attack was somewhat likely in the next few months shot up 15 points to 69% from 54% last year. That's the highest they've been since 2004. Also, 70% of the people in our poll said that this didn't make them feel any safer. So what you've got here is a country that's nervous about the economy, and now they're a little more nervous about terrorism. A jittery electorate is not good for any president.
And John, with all the numbers in the poll, is there one that surprises you, that stands out the most for you?
Well, we knew the economy was bad. That's what people are focused on. That's why the president's numbers will come down. What surprised me a little bit, though, is usually when there's a big event like this, where the president gets a boost in approval ratings, it lifts all boats. All his numbers go across the board up. In this case, his numbers on the economy went down. You can imagine the president wanting to, order a raid to bring gas prices down. The problem for him, though, is that he can't take quick action on the economy the way he did in this case with bin Laden.
John Dickerson for us in Washington this morning. John, thanks.